Eleanor Vance, darling of the city's old money, moved through galas and charity balls with a detached grace that belied the maelstrom brewing beneath her perfectly coiffed exterior, while her peers obsessed over equestrian events and art auctions. Eleanor was meticulously crafting narratives of a far more visceral nature in the gilded cage of her ancestral brownstone, behind soundproofed walls and under the glow of a high-definition monitor. She composed, not sonnets, but storyboards, detailed, hand-drawn panels depicting horrific crimes, the intimate strangulation in a rain-slicked alley, the frenzied dismemberment in a forgotten abattoir, the slow, agonizing poisonings played out in opulent, isolated mansions. Her debutante fingers, accustomed to silk and sterling, navigated graphic design software with the precision of a surgeon. Each drop of rendered blood, every shattered bone, every contorted expression of terror or despair was placed with chilling accuracy. She didn't just imagine the gore, she anatomized it, understanding the physics of impact, the trajectory of arterial spray, the chilling silence that followed the final breath. Her preferred medium was the raw, unvarnished human experience of dying, captured frame by frame. For Eleanor, society's superficiality was a thin veil over a brutal truth, and she, the solitary weaver, delighted in tearing it apart, thread by thread. Her mind, sharp and unburdened by empathy, saw not victims, but actors, not tragedy, but raw, unfiltered footage waiting to be shot. The shift from macabre fantasy to terrifying reality was seamless for Eleanor. Armed with a network far more insidious than her social register, she began to cast. Her targets were the desperate, the disenfranchised, the simmering rage beneath society's forgotten cracks. She found them in dive bars, forgotten forums, and through shadowy intermediaries. Individuals with nothing to lose and a profound resentment for the world that had cast them aside. Her pitch was always subtly different, tailored to their specific grievances: revenge, catharsis, a twisted sense of justice, or simply cold, hard cash. She never mentioned murder directly. Instead, she spoke of performance art, of releasing suppressed primal urges, of making a statement, while her hired hands vetted and manipulated the talent. Eleanor herself became an urban explorer, her designer heels navigating forgotten industrial zones, abandoned hospitals, and derelict tenements. They weren't just backdrops, they were characters in her unfolding dramas. A crumbling concrete silo became the perfect echo chamber for screams, a flooded basement ideal for a slow, chilling submersion. She studied light and shadow, the acoustics of despair, the angles for optimal emotional impact, the scent of decay, the chill of damp stone, the silent whisper of dust motes dancing in forgotten sunbeams. These were her stage props, meticulously chosen to amplify the grim authenticity of her evolving screenplay. The final touch was always a discreet camera, hidden in plain sight, ready to capture the raw, unscripted terror she so craved. The filming sessions were stark, brutal affairs. Eleanor, cloaked in designer anonymity, watched from discreet, pre-planned vantages, often through telescopic lenses or on remote monitors. She never intervened, but never flinched. The screams, the guttural sounds of struggle, the sickening thuds, these were the scores to her masterpiece. She observed how the recruited murderers performed under pressure, how they reacted to the visceral reality of their actions. Some broke, collapsing into horrified repentance. These were the ones she abandoned, their fates sealed by their own shattered psyches, left to face the full weight of their deeds alone. They were loose ends, easily snipped. Others, however, surprised her. They displayed a cold efficiency, a chilling aptitude for the task, or a capacity for rationalization that Eleanor found utterly compelling. These were her chosen few, her protégés. After the shoot, they were meticulously scrubbed from any connection to Eleanor or her operation, given a new identity and a lifeline into a future of carefully curated projects. They were assets to be nurtured for future productions. The raw footage, once meticulously edited and scored, transformed into chilling, hyper-realistic independent films quietly circulated within an exclusive, depraved network of collectors who paid exorbitant sums for the authenticity. Eleanor Vance remained the unseen hand, the debutante director forever protected by her privilege, her anonymity, and the chilling willingness of others to become both her performers and her disposable pawns in a grim, unending cycle of cinematic murder. Eleanor's ambition didn't end there. She would adapt the most successful and visually striking of these snuff films into critically acclaimed, commercially successful feature films, subtly altering details and using professional actors to recreate the horrors, thus cleaning and legitimizing the very crimes she orchestrated for a broader, unsuspecting audience.